I'm going to go back to the 90s, 1993. I'm going to choose the movie Dave, directed by Ivan Reitman. Let me read the back of the box here. An uncanny presidential lookalike named Dave is recruited by the Secret Service to become a momentary stand-in for the President of the United States. Tagline: in a country where anybody can become president, anybody just did.
You have my attention.
That is a good tagline.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, the back of the box is a bit misleading. The momentary stand-in part is actually like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Right.
He actually is called into permanent duty when the president has a severe stroke. To me, this is like a utility infielder of a movie.
Okay, gotcha.
Sticking with the theme. It covers a lot of bases. It's funny. It's got a little bit of poignancy. It's got some romance, some palace intrigue. There's some genuinely touching moments. Just overall, it's a very charming 90s romantic comedy.
I feel like in anyone else's hands, this would not have been as fun of a movie as it was. But Ivan Reitman does a lot to make it.
It's really light on its feet in a way, but it's not. But it's not corny. Like, I mean, it is a little bit, but like not in a way that's insufferable. Mm-hmm. But it actually is able to convey a real sense of hope about the country and its politics. That they can be run in a way to make things better, and so obviously that feeling is fleeting. It's kind of turned into like an unfortunate reminder of how we just like haven't fixed any problems for the last 40 years, and we just keep not fixing them. But Dave, he's just through the sheer dint of his enthusiasm and his charisma, he's able to like cut through the red tape of government and like get down to business and start solving problems.
Right.
Obviously, we know better now. So I don't know if you remember the scene that takes place at the baseball game.
I don't. Refresh my memory.
It's a brief, but it's kind of important. Mm-hmm. It's at the very end of a montage that shows Dave kind of coming into his own as the fake president. He's at an Orioles game. I believe this is back before Washington had a baseball team.
Yes.
So he's there at the Orioles game to throw out the first pitch in front of a basically sold out crowd. It looked like there were some empty seats there, but we'll let them slide on that. But this is like, when his personality is starting to shine through the facade of the actual president. So like he's coming into his own as the quote Bill Mitchell, which is the president's name. And so the crowd's like really excited to see him. He's out there to throw the first pitch. The catcher is like standing up to catch the first pitch because that's what they do, because they don't expect the president to just throw a strike.
Right. Of course not.
But fucking Dave, he throws, he's like, no, he motions for the catcher to get down. He throws a strike right down the middle, and the entire crowd just erupts into applause. And it's a great moment. This is like when Dave has like fully come into his mojo as president. And so at that point, he's no longer just like Frank Langella's puppet to run the government as everybody else. He's like, no, I've got the power. I'm the president now, even though I'm not the president.
I'm also remembering that there's a pretty impressive cast in this movie. I mean, it's full of people.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver, Frank Langella, like
Ving Rhames is in this.
Kevin Dunn.
Yeah.
Who's like one of those guys who's just like in a bunch of stuff that you don't even like remember. Ben
Charles
Kingsley.
Grodin.
Charles
Ben
Grodin.
Kingsley, yeah.
Charles Grodin's great.
He's always great.
Yeah, he's great. He's like completely like Charles Grodin understated.
Yeah.
But he's like hilarious as like the, small town economist.
Yeah.
Stephen Root's in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Laura
boy.
Linney. Even Bonnie Hunt is the tour guide. She's in it for like 5 seconds.
I can understand why this scene and this scenario represented a turning point for Dave, because at some point when I was younger, I was invited to throw the first pitch at a single A baseball game.
Really?
Yeah, and they were scrambling to find somebody because the person who was supposed to do it wasn't available, and I just happened to be around. Yeah. But I remember walking out, and again, it's a single A game, so hundreds of people, maybe thousands, but definitely not 10,000.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, it's pretty intimidating. And when the catcher handed me the ball, he looked at me and he said, if you bounce it, everybody's going to laugh at you. And then he just ran to the plate. So, yeah, I walked to the mound, and I can imagine being in Dave's shoes. And I did not bounce it. I don't know that I threw a strike, but...
Okay, this is something that I've actually been wondering for a while.
Okay.
How much notice did you have for the first pitch?
2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, like literally our company was like a sponsor of the game or something. And
So you can't answer my question necessarily, but I want to hear your opinion on this.
Yeah.
When you see people that are like celebrities at baseball games throwing out the first pitch, and it's like really bad. Right?
Yeah.
And even when you see like basketball players, like athletes who just maybe don't know how to throw a baseball, and it's really bad. It got me thinking, like, don't they practice? Like, do they not know they're going to do this? Like, it's not that hard to throw a base. Like, it's not easy, but, like, give yourself 15 minutes. You could figure it out.
So I hear everything that you're saying, but in my experience, the feeling of walking out onto that field and then standing on the rubber and looking around and being in a moment that is completely foreign and unfamiliar, everything that you think you know about using your body just kind of goes away.
I understand it in your situation, but I think if you're a professional basketball player,
you'd get some tosses.
You don't even care about the fact that 50,000 people are watching you, right? Like you're just used to it at that point.
Yeah, it's
and
familiar.
if you're like, I don't know, like a musician, like Steven Tyler. I don't even know if he has, but like imagine if you're like whatever, like he's not afraid of being in front of all these people. But then you just to throw a fucking ball into the dirt, like I don't know. It always struck me as like, don't these people practice? I know how to throw a baseball pretty well. I would still practice.
I agree.
For sure.
I agree. More celebrities could benefit from this advice.
Yeah. Yes. Well, yeah. So all those celebrities out there, take our advice.